Итак, друзья, приветствую вас, с вами Павел Первый, и мне на пробу пера, так сказать, дали одну игрушку, которая выходит очень скоро, 1 декабря, которая называется The Dwarves. Стратежка от THQ, кого-то там, да, THQ, как они назывались-то, THQ Nordic. Короче, это авторы, издатели, разработчики таких игр, как Darksiders 2, Titan Quest и еще чего-то там. Ну, я думаю, весьма известные, раз такие игры крутые они издавали, то вы должны знать. И вот это очередная игрушка от них, The Dwarves. Стратегия. Честно говоря, весьма неожиданно, что мне ее выдали, но я очень рад, что ее дали. Поэтому время пощупать, посмотреть. Все-таки наш канал специализируется больше по стратегиям, в особенности таких как Warcraft. Ну, больше, конечно, моддинговые стратегии. Но не суть. Стратегии смотрят главное, но я надеюсь, что и это посмотрят. Так что давайте-ка посмотрим, что это такое. По геймплею чем-то напоминает Warhammer, может быть. Хотя Warhammer я практически не играл. Но в любом случае вам решать самим, а я должен это заценить и видосик снять, как и обязался. Итак, поехали. Сразу компания. Сразу нас перекидывают вот сюда и дают подсказку, если атаковать врага, лежащего на земле, что-то там. Это типа в стиле комиксов, что ли?
The Dwarves.
Так. Блин. Уже что-то играет там на фоне. Так, кстати говоря, удивленный, что тут сразу русский язык, хотя релиз-то через неделю где-то. Но мне надо снять до 28 ноября, я надеюсь, что успею. Итак, вы можете поставить игру на паузу, нажав клавишу пробел, перемещайте камеру, используя среднюю клавишу мыши и колесо прокрутки. Щелкните на значке «Атака в прыжке» в левой части экрана или нажмите «Е», затем выберите цель на поле боя. Ну, кстати говоря, это походу какая-то интересная игра, а-ля «Властелин колец». Как это называлось? «Битва за Средиземье», да? Оба! Пыдыщ! Мне уже нравится это. Всякие способности. Мне нравится, реально, уже нравится. Так, а что нам надо, собственно говоря, делать? Так, с дороги, ублюдки. Сейчас я вас порву. Кстати, одну секундочку, наверное, все-таки мне вебку немножко надо подвинуть. Вот так, наверное. Во, отлично. Так и сделаем. А ну-ка, пошли отсюда нахрен. Ну как-то эффектиков пока что маловато, что ли, не знаю. Вот, нам надо шкалу заполнить, орков убито. Ну, убьем их. Ну, судя по всему, это такая стратегия, и где можно поуправлять одним героем будут главы, и где нет. Так, меня сейчас убьют, я лучше свалю-ка отсюда.
Understood. Come here, you.
Вот где похилиться. Ага, ну вот, все написано.
A present from the workshop.
О, спасибо. Пойду подберу. Подойдите к сундуку и щелкните на нем, как только на экране появится значок «Использовать». С помощью гранат вы сможете сделать много чего интересного. Так, ну что ж.
I'd be happy to pass on this present.
Оба! Баба!
Understood. And again. That's that.
На!
Dead. On the way.
Плохо, нас отжимают немножко.
That's that. And again. And stay dead.
Да что ж вы такие неподыхаемые, а?
All right. That's that.
Блин, там вообще одного гнома зажали, а?
All right.
О, господи.
On the way.
Так, нам нельзя дохнуть, нам нельзя дохнуть. Все, гранаты кончились.
Not possible right now.
Эй, я не против еще парочки гранаток, а? Оба! Вау, какие ролики-то, а? Какой графен.
My king, what are you doing here?
Giselbert I, the father of the Fifthling clan, has not been on the front line of battle against the creatures of Tion for
Решил
many cycles.
прогуляться, видимо.
The king surveys the battlefield and the defenders with a grave expression.
We are too few.
This you know as well as he does. But there will be no reinforcements arriving. Hundreds of brave warriors lie inside the fortress dying. The illness is running rampant. It brings weakness
Почему
and death.
реплики двух персонажей в одно место запихали?
Be as steadfast as the granite of which we are made. Nothing can break us. Vrakas is with us.
Ракас! С нами! Чтобы выбрать другого героя, щелкните на его портрете в левой нижней части экрана, нажмите штаб, чтобы выбрать несколько героев. Ну все.
Yes.
All right.
Понеслась стратежка. Вау, крик.
What is it?
Прыгай!
Not possible right now.
What?
Так. В режиме паузы вы можете отдавать приказы сразу нескольким героям, они выполняют так сразу и одновременно, как только вы вернетесь в игру.
That's that.
Хорошо, я понял.
Just a moment.
Yes.
What is it?
Почему ты его не выполнил?
One gone.
Yes. On the way.
Yes.
Блин, жалко времени читать нет, а? Блин, какое-то подобие троллей тут еще. Он хоть атакует его.
On my way.
Ты храбро... Чего? В смысле? Кто-то сдох из ГГ? Чё за херня? Надеюсь, сохранилось где надо-то. Чё-то я ничего не понял. Ладно. Будем аккуратнее.
Yes.
А, это огры. Окей.
Yes.
Time.
Stay dead. That's that. What is it?
Так, что-то тут даже то ли баг, то ли еще что-то. Задание-то не описано.
Understood.
Yes.
What is it?
Так, давайте мочим этого огра.
What is it?
Yes. Be off with you.
Охереть. Их могут скинуть. Ха-ха. Крутая механика, мне нравится.
Yes.
Так, ладно, будем аккуратней.
What?
And again. What is it?
Да, понял уже.
Be off with you.
All right. Understood. Charge. Yes.
What? Over there.
Мне кажется, лучше тут там держаться где-то.
Another one gone.
Главное, чтобы никого не скинули. Так.
Hammer time.
Сек. Что-то вебка у меня немножко решила отрубиться. Ладно, продолжаем.
It will be so.
Yes.
Yes.
Так, давай отхилку. Король. Так, мы убили одного огра. Нам надо прорываться.
Yes.
What? Hammer time.
Так, давайте-ка прорываться. А.
Come here, you.
Мне нравится, что они с боем еще так идут.
Will be so.
Yes. All right.
Так,
Another one gone.
катапульты к бою.
For fracas.
What is it?
С дороги, придурки.
On my way.
Черт, нам надо как-то отойти. Держимся рядом.
What is it?
Это все свои, ладно.
What? Come here and
Уничтожайте катапульту, да побыстрее. Ну, последняя тычка. Ништяк.
another one gone. Over there.
У короля какой-то более сильный удар.
Yes.
Так, ну давайте добиваем катапульты.
Yes.
У нас это неплохо получается.
Time.
What's that?
Нормально. Ну что-то так тупо
These
все
are the ones who
останавливаются.
attacked us in the tunnels. We suffered great losses beating them back.
Come here and I'll split you like a straw, you treacherous elf.
In his fury, the old king radiates a ferocious power that none of Citalia's children could withstand. But the slight, willowy being sitting astride the shadow mare just grins down, mockingly.
You are mistaken. We are Alpha. We are here to destroy the elves.
All peace-loving beings here in Girdlegard are under our protection, and you cannot open the gate that has barred your path into Girdlegard since the creation of the world.
Not us. But perhaps one of your kind.
This cannot be. Silence, you fool!
Кинь в него топор просто.
Rakas, forgive me for what I am about to do.
Quickly! In formation! You must hold them back until I close the gate!
Что за эльфы-мертвецы, а?
What is it? All right.
Так, с дороги, придурки.
All right. Understood.
Блин, он что, упал что ли?
Charge.
Охренеть, а.
Come here, you.
Зря я все гранаты так потратил.
That's that. On the way.
Так. Нам надо сдерживать этих. Сдерживать их, короче. Да. Оригинально.
Come here, you.
Так, ну время отбросить вас. Так, есть, скинули одного.
Come here, you. Understood.
Блин, ну не упал он, а? Печальненько. Все, руны активированы, мы все сделали.
That's that.
Блин, а если этот эльф возьмет контроль над королем там? Запечатайте в эти гребаные врата просто, чтобы никто не открыл, а? Ой, господи.
Look at me. I am Sintheras, the reaper of your death. I will take your life, and the land will take your soul.
Get out of my sight, pointy ears, and let me delight at the closed gate a little longer.
The gate may have closed, but when you rise again from the dead by the power of the land, you will be one of us, and you will
Воскрешение мертвецов, это по моей части.
My soul belongs to Rakas.
No, your soul now belongs to the land, and henceforth you will belong to it forever. Now die, and return. Then hand us Girdlegard.
Что-то это последняя сцена как-то деревянно выглядела. Ох, Дворф или гном-мертвец, интересно. 1035 циклов спустя, или одна целая, видимо.
You're a perfectionist, Tungdale Bolafar.
I've got a reputation to uphold. If you can't rely on the metalwork of a dwarf, what can you rely on?
О, выбор. Что ей сказать? Баба, ты ужасно выглядишь.
You look dreadful.
What a charmer.
The maid gives you an ironic, reprimanding scowl.
Ikana has been crying half the night.
Оригинально сказать, что баба уродина, я тут какой-то милый.
Beard and I sang you to sleep.
Frala smiles. She's heard this story many times before.
That was 23 cycles ago. But I'm quite sure you didn't sing. You might have grumbled a bit.
If what you've read about the dwarven lifespan is true, it'll be another 300 sun cycles and more before you are called to the Eternal Forge. The certainty of one day having to witness Frala's death already burdens your heart.
Вот теперь чем могу помочь?
What can I do for you?
For me, nothing. It's Lot Yonan. He wants to see you in his study.
In your mind, you go through all the recent incidents that might have annoyed the Magus. Apart from a few little squabbles with his famuli, nothing worth mentioning happened since the incident with your beard. You nod.
Okay. I'd better not keep the Magus waiting.
See you
Инцидент с
later.
бородой.
There's goulash for dinner.
There are apparently dwarves who have never seen the sky. And you too feel more comfortable when you have rock over your head. If only you didn't long to see more of the world, a longing that grows stronger with every year.
Блин, они что, никогда не видели ничего, ни мира, ни солнца? Блин, это что, типа Диаблу только с несколькими героями, ну Torchlight, там, подобные игры? Или это полноценная стратегия все-таки? Вот это я не пойму.
Groundling, come to the kitchen, we need you.
Jolison, a fourth-degree famulus and your favorite foe among the students of magic, gives you a disparaging glance and disappears without waiting for your reply.
Ох уж эти студенты дерзкие, а. По морде бы им дать. Так, давайте все осматривать, мне интересно аж. Я хочу все посмотреть. Что-то мне подскажет, что это туда, куда нам надо идти.
I should speak to Lot Yonan first. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
You mumble and wonder when you started speaking thoughts like this out loud.
Сколько топор? Это явно что-то вроде Torchlight на нескольких человек. В смысле персонажей. Ну, неплохо.
Quick, or the goulash will get burnt.
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting and the cauldron stuck in the fireplace. It's a heavy load and none of the famuli, who feel superior even during kitchen duty, dare do anything. They might burn their fingers, or even get a bit dirty.
Так, что там? Что там нам надо сделать? Давайте кухонный стол осмотрим.
Vegetables, bread, cheese, but the cook is not to be trifled with. Many painful knuckles have taught you that she knows how to handle her heavy wooden spoon, and that she may possibly have eyes in the back of her head.
Что-то такая маленькая фраза так долго звучала, ну ладно.
I just wanted...
The stew, quickly now.
Окей, посмотреть на
The
бочку
beer
с
that is delivered to the vaults is supposed to be the best beer in Idderslane. It's certainly your favorite beer, but you haven't drunk enough other beers to truly know.
Не так уж много вы бухали, да? Ладно, котел проверим. Что там такое?
It'd be a waste of goulash. And I'm hungry. Here, hold this.
Давай, давай. Ученик. Давай
Do you
поговорим,
remember when
чтобы
you
ты
dyed my
пострадал.
beard with some magic spell? I had to shave it off.
You stroke your beard, which is unusually short for a dwarf.
Damn it! Ah, it's heavy.
The young human forces through his pursed lips, letting the pot sink a little.
Don't you dare ruin my goulash, boy.
The cook, with beefy forearms, glares at the young man, and after a brief moment, he tries harder.
Чё, испугался бабу, да?
With as much concern in your voice as you can muster, you say,
Oh, no, no, this doesn't look good.
you're pleased to notice he's dripping with sweat.
I'll get you back for this, groundling.
Можешь морду ему дать, а?
You damned freak.
For a moment, you hope the famulus really does raise his hand to you. But then he comes to his senses and leaves the kitchen, his face bright red.
What a pair you are!
Убежал трусишка.
The goulash is bubbling in the cauldron. You draw the warm air in through your nose, and the smell makes your mouth start watering.
Блин, аппетит не будете во мне, и так жрать нечего дома. Так, ладно, поговорим с ней.
Do you know what Lot Yonan wants?
The maid gives you an amused look. She has often accused you of making things more complicated than necessary.
Do you know what Lot Yonan wants?
Окей. Давайте пройдемся еще по этому помещению. Стянуть немного еды.
The blacksmith. Do you want something?
Did a horse bolt while you were trying to shoe it?
Упс, ой, я пропустил. Ассасин, хитман, стянул еды у всех на виду. Это ж каким мастером-то надо быть? Это он еду жрет-то, оказывается. Нам надо выживать, ну ладно.
I should speak to Lord Yonan first. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
You mumble.
Так, это понятно. А где этот старый маг? А, вот он. Тук-тук-тук, вы тут? Ну, даже загрузка на целую сцену поехала. Что ж там такого?
Master Lord Yonan, Frala told me you wished to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Black Saddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure.
Это что, у него кольцо на вот здесь? Что это за херня торчит?
What's in the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic, and magic doesn't like you either.
Rakus gave us so much craftsmanship that there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly speaking, every time you've been too close to magic, it has ended in catastrophe.
Perhaps I'll meet some dwarves on my travels.
Yes, perhaps. But don't hold out too much hope. And be careful who you talk to. Not everyone out there likes dwarves.
Yeah, goblins. They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river.
Ну ладно.
Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Varakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lord Yonan.
И все остальное прибудет с тобой. А, да прибудет с тобой сила. А, точно. Я силу забыл, старик.
Lot Yonan's vaults are equipped with laboratories, a library, and private rooms for the famuli. Together with the forge, the kitchen, and the other utility rooms, it makes up quite an impressive complex. But compared to the courts of the other magi, the seat of power in Yonandar is small and modest.
Ну что там нам дальше надо сделать? О, тут даже немножко вот так это выглядит, значит. Основные задания. Это выполнено. Рюкзак Горена. Ваш наставник, волшебник Лот. И он попросил отнести рюкзак с магическими принадлежностями своему бывшему ученику Горену. Тут живет на Черном Ярбе, столовой горе, расположенной в центре потаенной страны. Побочных заданий нет. Ладно. Посмотрим. Можно ли стянуть немного еды у вас, сэр?
Hey, what are you doing, groundling? We're still eating here. Why don't you go and get your own portion?
Окей, ну мы это уже сделали себе.
Hello, Frala.
С чего начать? Мне надо 300... Короче, мне еда нужна. Или же у меня для тебя подарок. Ладно, держи
I've got a
подарок.
present for you.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
It's not the finest jewelry in Girdlegard.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that it doesn't matter. She glows with happiness as she takes the pendant.
For me? But why?
Because you don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said. But you settle with a shrug and a crooked smile.
Ну, послушай, держи этот амулет с гвоздями, мне нужна еда.
I need provisions for 300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey. Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in the Magus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham. Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Frala throws you a cautious glance. It's a tricky subject that you can't help but broach.
There aren't dwarves down here. You're the only one in Idaslane as far as we know.
I know, but I can't just have been born out of a rock. Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes. Maybe.
Frala has reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Ну, до свидания.
I wish you the blessing of Palandial and Vracus to protect you from all
Конечно.
danger in your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
Ой, все, не забудь мне привезти подарочек, а? То постельку не затащу. Серьезно говорю. Ну ладно. Ну зато похавать дала. Короче говоря, у нас провизии на 19 дней есть.
The goulash is bubbling in the cauldron. You
Слышь, может мне пожрать дашь хоть, а? Нам надо побольше еды в дорогу. Ну, чтобы не сдохнуть, наверное, да? Колыбель. Ой, там лялька. Это не лялька трав случайно.
I am your godfather, little one. I'll look after you just like I looked after your mother.
Little Akana grasps your calloused finger and smiles at you wide-eyed.
Хотя лялька трав должен быть в кармане. Так что это вряд ли он. Ах. Давайте еще побродим. Вдруг найдем себе что пожрать.
This is where you swung the forge hammer for the first time 30 cycles ago. No one taught you the craft. It was enough for you to watch Lot Yonan's old smith at work. Whenever the workshop was empty, you practiced and quickly mastered the craft with ease.
Короче говоря, искусный кузнец. Так, берем. Пригодится.
If I hurry, I might be back in time for Sonia's birthday.
You're longing to see her face when you give her your homemade present.
I wonder if dwarves ask Vracus for help on long journeys.
The figure on the homemade altar doesn't answer.
О, статуя! Прошу тебя, благослови мой путь великий. 300 миль надо ехать. Да, к сожалению, не тракторист, так что мне придется топать пешком. Ах. Так, ну ладно, вроде бы мы прошлись по всему, чему только тут можно. Давайте уже на волю пойдем, что ли. И посмотрим, что там на воле такое. Героев можно ранить! Вот как. Ну что ж, посмотрим, как это будет выглядеть. Так, что-то забыл, старик. О,
How
господи.
nice to see you again, Lotjonen. It must have been an age since we
Чизауродец.
last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
No, thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time. You must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you sure? What makes you think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago, during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
Огромные вещички с собой. Блин, ты пашиться можешь. Фиг ли ты их забрать с собой можешь, эту сумку. Логика. Собрал бы с собой сумку с вещами. Не, сам иди.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak.
Какая-то карта. Игра повисла. Игра. Игра вылетела. Что странно, конечно. Так, очевидно, нам сюда надо топать. И как же нам это делать?
You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed
Нам
sunlight.
надо самим
But a
выбирать.
smile spreads across your face nonetheless. You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey.
Игра
You
опять
pitch your
вылетела.
camp and lie down to sleep on the hard.
Это как-то странно игра ведет себя. У меня вышел Огромное краш, но играется. Ну ладно, так что давайте играть, пока играется.
You reach a small lake. You
Так,
pitch your
это мы
camp
видели.
and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack over your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
Куда бы пойти? Можно вот сюда зайти посмотреть. Мне интересно, что это такое.
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred meters ahead. Some crows are pecking at something in the long grass.
Может, стоило все-таки этим путем пойти? Давайте
When you see the
продолжим
blood on the
идти.
ground, you try to convince yourself it's from an animal that just happened to be killed on the road by a hunter. You know this is improbable, and your hope disappears completely when you see 2 human bodies lying in the flattened grass.
Нас переводит в режим игры.
You don't see any signs of a struggle in the area where the corpses are lying. Were they stabbed by a companion? A stranger could hardly have crept up on them with such sparse cover.
Что-то я тут на текстурах ничего не вижу, ну ладно.
You scour the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
Продолжим. Хотя, наверное, стоило их похоронить, но что-то мне не нравится эта идея.
You don't have time to bury the dead, but the sun will be setting soon. You continue your way to put a few miles between you and your grisly find before night falls.
Ладно, погнали сюда. А вот там уже должно быть интереснее.
You see a flickering light through the trees some way from the path. It might come from a campfire.
Так, подойти к костру.
You creep through the undergrowth towards the fire, but can't prevent your armor from clattering and small twigs from breaking under every heavy step you take. You curse quietly to yourself, but go on until you can see what's going on. 3 broad-shouldered men with axes sit at a campfire, on which 2 rabbits are sizzling. It's only thanks to the fact that the men are joking loudly with one another and not paying attention to their surroundings that they haven't discovered you yet.
Может подойти попросить хавчика или послушать, что они говорят.
You sneak up on the men until a thick branch breaks loudly under your boot. You realize, terrified, that the men's voices have fallen silent. The men jump up and grab their axes.
Who's there?
Ну ладно.
You step into the light of the fire, your hands raised in a conciliatory gesture.
My name is Tungdil. I'm only...
Well, I'll be. Is that a groundling?
The men look you over suspiciously.
What's a groundling doing creeping around here? Are you after our gold?
I bet you was hoping to slit our throats once we fell asleep, subterranean scum.
Your heart is pounding, and you confront the man a little more courageously than you feel.
I'm no thief, and I'm certainly no murderer. I only wanted to see if...
Pah! All groundlings are thieves and good-for-nothings.
You find it difficult to take control of your voice again.
Have you met many dwarves?
Enough to know that you're all dirty thieves.
Нет, нападать на них не будем.
The next morning, visions of axes, faces full of hate, fists and heavy boots flicker through your befuddled mind. Your first attempt to move fails when pain shoots through every bone, every muscle and every nerve in your body. It's a long time before you manage to sit up and tend to your wounds in the early sunlight. There's no trace of the woodcutters. They must have thrown you into the undergrowth near the campfire once they were finished with you.
Ну ладно. Идем к домику.
You reach the banks of the Warder and can see Axeldale on the other side, but there isn't a bridge for far and wide. The fishermen's boats glide over the water, which sparkles in the sun. None of the men seem to notice you while they throw out their nets. You call to the nearest fisherman. He looks across at you briefly before turning away and getting back to his work. You're going to have to find another way of crossing the river. You leave the peaceful banks of the river behind you and continue on your way.
Так, ну давайте сюда тогда попробуем.
You look down on a large village on the banks of the Warder. Some of the village is built on stilts in the river. A wooden bridge spans the fast-flowing water. A huge wooden palisade has been erected to protect the village from attack. The guards on the palisade are watching you. Their armor looks well cared for and well made. The smith who made them knew what he was doing. You conclude that the men depend on the protection the armor offers and aren't just wearing them to look good. They're certainly not villagers.
Так, давайте посмотрим, что тут такое. Надеюсь, нас пустят, и мы там не подохнем. Что за бьющееся сердце? Нифига себе. Здоровье-то маленькое.
The double gate is made of strong planks, sturdy but still much less solid than the fixed parts of the palisade. Security has been forgone here for practical reasons. Never a good idea when building fortifications. The double gate is made of... Some of the guards begin to whisper as you near the gate.
Hello up there!
What brings you to fair good water? And have you seen any orcs on your travels, groundling?
The man leaning over the palisade eyes you up and down carefully.
Goodwater is well known for its hospitality.
A fact that you've just made up yourself.
Let me in, and I will tell other travelers all about it.
I regret to inform you that we cannot allow you to enter. The gates stayed closed once night has fallen.
There is certainly no regret showing in the man's
Какой-то
face.
китаец, блин.
The orc heads on the spears look fresh, a fact that causes you unease for more than one reason.
Those won't scare orcs away.
I hope not. The more orc heads that end up on those spears, the more gold coins that end up in our pockets. Right, boys? Yeah, that's right! Yeah! We've killed our fair share of orcs and know how to motivate them. Those ugly mugs will spur them on, and then they'll perish in front of our gates.
Two things become clear to you. Firstly, that the mercenaries the villagers have hired are excellent at killing orcs, and secondly, that they sadly have no brains at all.
When did you kill these orcs?
Yesterday. We caught a couple of their scouts first. The others tried to take revenge in the evening. Let's see who'll turn up today.
No.
Do you want me to be mauled by the orcs? Let me in.
You're pleased to notice that your voice sounds more accusatory than worried. The free peoples of Girdlegard have always stood side by side against the beasts of Tion. The mercenary seems to weigh up his options, but then shakes his head.
Put a few miles between yourself and us, and then you should be safe. As safe as you can be these days.
I'm a blacksmith. And a dwarf. Let me tell you, your gate might look solid, but it won't withstand a real orc assault.
The murmuring all around him makes the man pause for a moment. If anyone else had criticized the stronghold, they'd have been laughed down and shooed away. But no one understands defense systems like the dwarves.
A dwarf blacksmith who just happens to be standing in front of our gate?
Надо было с этого начинать.
That's right. I can see to it that orcs crack open their skulls on your gate, just like at home on the High Pass. Skulls that add up to hard cash for you.
You only know about the second-ling stronghold from books. but you can see in the man's face you've pushed the right buttons.
All right then. You can spend the night in the village. You begin work tomorrow morning, and it had better work like you promised.
Of course. It's a trifle.
Окей. Теперь мы, видимо, просрем пару дней на это.
After a meal, you spend the night in the comfort and shelter of a Goodwater tavern. The next morning, you feel fully refreshed. You strengthen the gate with cross braces of wood and iron, using your experience and skill. Now it should be able to withstand an attack for much longer. Mercenaries and villagers alike watch you work, clearly impressed. As you finish, a man approaches you.
Well done, dwarf. We were right to bring you into our village.
The village grew rich through bridge tolls, and this wealth must be defended.
Взять ли у него награду? Или быть вежливым? Насрать на деньги.
You're proud of what you've achieved in such a short time. You've even invested more time than was wise.
I was happy to help, but half the day is lost and I must be on my way.
A strong dwarf like you will always be welcome here in Goodwater. Be careful out there. Who knows where the orcs might be lurking?
Все, идем дальше.
An uneasy feeling
Стоп,
has
это
been
что
your
за херня
constant
двигается?
companion since you left Goodwater. Every little sound in the forest makes you fear you've been discovered by a horde of orcs. But you reach the end of the day without bumping into any of the greenskins. It seems as though Vrakas has granted you one more day in Girdlegard. As night begins to fall, you pass a large oak tree and decide to call it a day. Near the oak tree is an abandoned camp with a fireplace, which appears to be a couple of days old.
Давайте лучше у дуба.
You swing yourself up the trunk and then pull up your baggage after you. You're prepared to sleep in a tree like a bird if it means escaping the orcs' attentions. You sling your rope twice around your stomach and the trunk of the tree to stop you from falling accidentally. You close your eyes and dream. You see North Pass and smell the fresh, icy wind that sweeps over the peaks of Great Blade and Dragon's Tongue. But the harmony is interrupted by the hideous roar of an unending flood of orcs throwing itself unceasingly against the fortification. You smell the disgusting green blood of the orcs and taste the rancid fat of their armor on your tongue. The bitter taste becomes stronger until it's unbearable and wrenches you out of your dream. You open your eyes and are surprised at the brightness as a glance at the sky confirms that it's still night. Your eyes move towards the ground, and what you see makes the blood in your veins freeze.
Ну блин, и что там такое? И что ты там увидел? Ух ты ж, хорошо, что я там не спал, а.
I am Sinthras of Son Balsur. My master, Nod On the Doublefold, ruler of the perished land, has elected you, the lords of Taboribor, to be the sword that conquers the south.
You mean you want us to put our necks on the line and be killed by some magus?
Lord Yonan and the others will be taken care of. Your task is to create a diversion in the south until my master's plan succeeds.
And which of us is the leader?
The one that conquers the most land.
So Kragnar will be the new Grand Lord.
He glares at Ushnots and Bashkug.
The Kragnar short tribe will conquer the most land.
Never! We will overwhelm the cities of the Red Bloods quicker than you can suck the marrow from a bone.
We shall see.
You can't believe what you're hearing. If the beasts of Tion ride into battle together, catastrophic cycles lie ahead for Girdlegard.
Такая вот касценка. Сейчас новый будет. Пойди обратно предупредить. А ты то готовишься, мы предупредим-то их.
The night in the oak tree was the worst of your life. You spent every single moment afraid that you would be found and savaged by the orcs. But as the first rays of sun broke through the treetops, the orcs abandoned their camp and left without discovering you.
Так, мне уже потихоньку пора закругляться. Ну ладно, мне кажется, пора валить отсюда, нечего ждать. Раз уж орки ушли, то и мы уходим. Че, двинулись, что ли, остановить армию?
Your eyes survey the foul aftermath of the orcs' presence. You don't feel any urge to stick your nose too deeply into the mixture of ripped clothes, leftover food, and feces.
This is the place. I knew it was here. Come on then, find that stupid necklace. Hey, Fuskar, in front of you. A grounding, perfect for a spotted breakfast.
You know that you're no warrior, but perhaps you can escape with a diversion.
Ясно.
Oink, oink, little piggies!
О, дворфи! То есть гноми, так и знал. Не могли же его просто так убить.
By Barrowin's beard! How did you manage to lose your weapon? Go and get it, and this time, hold it tight! Hey, that one was mine!
You're just too slow, dear brother!
Too slow? Just wait!
О, как нам повезло-то, а?
At once.
What is it? What is it?
Huh?
Yeah! Huh?
Ох ты. Мне нравятся его способности.
With pleasure.
Мне кажется... Ай, беги, 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 беги.
On my way. Understood. On my way.
Блин, что за дерьмовая камера? Стой где-нибудь, а?
What is it?
Yes?
I have bow and dart. Give me a hand. Yes. Yeah. Pow! Another one bites the dust. I need help. What is it?
Quickly. Yes? On my way.
And what now? Ha ha! Yes.
They're hitting me pretty hard. I need help over here. Quickly.
Ох, это нелегко, между прочим. А насколько сначала мы начнем? Может, стоило загрузить мне игру?
Huh?
А, нормас.
Yeah. What is it? Pow! Another one bites the dust. What is it? Who's next? All right.
Так, мне кажется, надо всем вместе держаться.
At
В том числе тебе, чувак.
End it. Huh? And again. Uh-huh. On my way.
Да фиг ли его все загоняют, а?
Over here. Quickly.
What is it? What is it?
Vile creature.
Какие же... Ну вообще пофиг, живет себе.
What is it?
Kill.
Of course! Pow! Another one bites the dust! What is it? He hardly put up a fight!
Yes?
And what now? Pow! Another one bites the dust! As good as done! On my way! It can't end like this!
Блин, почти же получилось, а? Чё за фигня такая? Ну ладно.
Huh? What is it? Too easy! What is it?
Yes?
Yeah!
On my way.
And what now? Who's next? Huh? With pleasure. Yeah! Huh?
Нормально рубит.
I need help over here! Quickly! Yes?
They're hitting me pretty hard!
Yeah! What is it? I didn't hit you very hard!
Так, пошли нахер
They're
отсюда.
hitting me pretty hard! Ow! Hey!
А, окей, надо аккуратнее. Его тоже могут задеть, а?
Yes?
Huh? He cheated! Yes? Huh?
Others will take my place.
Блин, а? Окей, ясно. Эти могут сдохнуть, а тот не может. А не хочу, чтобы кто-либо сдох. Вот предыдущий раз вообще почти ништячно получилось. Только
Yes?
своего же задел.
What is it? I didn't hit you very hard!
Kill.
Too easy! And what now? Pow! Another one bites the dust! Creature. On my
Так,
way!
прорывайся сюда, к своим
Yes.
браткам.
Yeah! What
I
is
need
it?
help over here! Quickly! They're hitting me pretty hard!
What is it? Huh? I didn't hit you very hard!
They're hitting me pretty hard!
And what now? Huzzah! Too easy! Who's next? Huh?
Huh?
He hardly put up a fight! Pow! Another one!
I need help over here! Quickly!
Come here, easy!
They're hitting me pretty hard!
Who's next? Yes?
Huh? Understood. Pavrakas!
Vile and creature. What now? Pow! Another one bites the dust!
Так, поруби этих лучников в капусту.
All right.
Yes?
Huh? Yes?
Huh?
Yeah!
На, неплохо отлетел.
Understood. What is it? Of course! Too easy! Yes, yes!
Yes?
Yeah! He hardly
До
put
сих
up
пор
a
с одним и
fight.
тем же борешься.
Attack! And what now? Vile creature! Yes?
Так, отлично. В этот раз мы смогли выжить даже.
Oink oink! That's all? No more orcs? Well fought, young friend. Do you happen to be tongued ill? Well fought? But he fought like a... Boindale, what do you expect? He grew up amongst the humans.
Who are you and how do you know my name?
My name is Boindal Hookhand of the clan of the Swinging Axes. This is my brother Boindale Doubleblade. We've been sent to find you.
Call me Ironheart. Are there any more piggy snouts around here?
There was a meeting last night. The Elfar serve a certain Nod On who calls himself Lord of the Perish Land. They have enlisted 3 orc hordes to cause unrest in the south.
Did you hear that, Boindal? Piggy snouts!
The Elfar from Son Balzur and the Orcs from Taboribor are working together?
And could ally with the orcs from the Perish Land.
The twins look at you solemnly. You all know what that would mean for the people of Girdlegard.
You turned up at just the right moment. But are you sure it's me you're looking for?
The High King Gundrabor sent us to fetch you and bring you to Ogre's death in the Secondling realm in the south.
So he received the letter from my master? And am I a secondling?
Well, something like that, I guess.
We've got to...
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, but it's our duty to get you to the Ogre's Death Fortress in one piece.
I thought the duty of dwarves was to protect the innocent in Girdlegard.
Lot Yonan and King Broron will take care of the orcs. We three must be careful. You're not exactly a warrior.
But he has broad shoulders and broad hands. There's hope for him yet. So when you've got the chance to split a few orc skulls, you should take it.
Я прям по твоему лицу вижу, как это тебе нравится.
I would be happy to follow you into the realm of the secondlings. In truth, there is nothing I would rather do. But first, I must travel to Blacksaddle and return some things to a former famulus of Lot Yonan.
Blacksaddle isn't exactly on our way.
It's on my way. We can head south as soon as I've carried out Lot Yonan's orders.
Well, he's certainly got the stubbornness of a dwarf. Perhaps we'll be able to make a real dwarf of him on the way.
All right, we'll accompany you. The sooner we find that famulus, the quicker we can get back to the mountains.
I'll have to send Lot Yonan a message by carrier pigeon on the way. And if we happen to stumble upon a couple of orcs...
I like you, but we'll have to find you another name.
А чё звук хлопка не слышно было?
It's about as good as Lipsmith, Paddletosh, or Blufflegrump. It is stupid, senseless, and definitely not a name of honor. What are you good at?
I'm good at reading.
Reading? You're a scholar?
Окей, получаем левел, второй уровень, неплохо. О, можно скилл прокачать себе. Ну, очевидно, это круче. Так, отлично. Отлично. Но, к сожалению, на этом я, наверное, остановлюсь. Если вам понравилась игра, я думаю, будут еще серии. Если они о ней не забуду, конечно. В общем, друзья, с вами был Первый. Спасибо, что посмотрели Первый взгляд. Спасибо разработчикам, издателям, которые дали мне эту игру. Огромное спасибо. Будут еще и ролики. Но я надеюсь, что будут. Ну, как-то так. С вами был Первый. Всем пока.